What's going on, y'all? So listen. What's going on, y'all? So we are back. We're back for another week of Beyond the Gates. Um, this week was pretty good. Let me tell you something. I will say this for sure. Ashley, you got to get your stuff together, okay? You have got to get it together. Either you want that man or you don't want that man. But what we not going to keep on doing is playing games. I told y'all last week. Shanice ain't doing nothing but playing games with Ashley, okay? And because of Derek. She don't want Derek like that. And we found that out or whatever. So, hey, it is what it is. But Ashley, you want Derek like that. And because you came at Shanice's throats the way that you did last week, not this week, but last week about the whole situation, she kind of, playing along with it because, she got to get a little get back. Baby, we could be petty. We could be real petty. But Ashley, okay, that whole situation of you going and calling Andre, being so extra, at least with Shanice and Derek, it seems a little organic. Even though it's fake, it's organically put together. He coming down there, he ain't overdoing it. You know what I'm saying? You calling Andre down there, hey, so you said I can be a model? Oh, no. And then fake kissing him? Girl, please, okay? Did all of that, and Shanice and Derek wasn't even there no more. So what was the point? What was the point? Absolutely nothing. You look a fool, okay? Y'all need to have a real conversation. I know they had a little talk, but y'all really need to have a conversation because at the end of the day, sometimes it's okay to just take a step back and reevaluate and see if you want that thing, okay? See if you completely want it to be done. This should have been a trial separation before y'all said, you know what, it's over, it's done with, because the feelings are still there. And y'all broke up over some stupid stuff, to be quite honest. And honestly, you can't really feel no type of way because it's because of you that y'all broke up. So now you feeling it. What Joni Mitchell say? You don't miss what you got till it's gone. That's just what it is. But Shanice, stop playing with them people, okay? Girl, get about their business. Get about their situation because we don't want you being blamed for nothing. Moving on from that. I'm going to need... Girl, I'm so disappointed. Oh, my head. Girl, I just got my hair done yesterday, and this shit is... when it's fresh and your scalp be... Yes. Okay. But, girl, listen. I'm going to need Kat. Lord mercy. I'm so disappointed. I am so disappointed. I was just like Eva when she said, for a girl that seems so goddamn worldly... You mean to tell me that she not a virgin? Was she still a virgin? Now listen, that's not the part that I'm with Eva with, okay? I'm with the part when she said for a girl that's so goddamn worldly and always up in somebody's business and thinking she know it all. You would have thought that she would do some shit like this that she did at the end of the episode yesterday? On Friday? Girl, I said, I know you did not do that. And she said, yeah, I did, and I regret it. I said, I know, it's all on your face, okay? Just laying there, just like, what did I do? Yeah, you gave your... Before I jump ahead, first of all, Eva cloning Ted's phone, right? In order to get Kat to come down there to the office, and so all three of them can have a meeting. That was really... suspicious, okay, baby? I would have been looking at her like, why would you go to that length? And how is it that you cloned my phone to do something like that? And why would you do something like that? You could have at least told Ted, could you call a meeting for us? Or at least have, go through Ted and say, hey, have Kat come down. Don't tell her it's for me and don't tell her that I'm coming. You could have did something like that. You know what I'm saying? But to go to this length of cloning his phone and then sending the text out or whatever, because truth be told, you did all of that for what? Just to say that you went and you buttered up the people for the certification and you went and got the certification and had the fine waived or whatever, and you did all of that. Okay, that's cute or whatever, but you cloned his phone to do that. Girl, I really thought that, she was finna bust out and say, I got the proof that Kat set me up. Like she was recording something and she was about to play the recording. And it was just to show that she went on ahead and took the initiative and cleared up the whole situation with the certification. Why are we going through all of this just for that? We don't have to make a show of that. I get it, but at the same time, that one little step that you did, I just really wasn't here for that, Eva. Girl, you want people to trust you. You want people to be on your side and all that stuff. But girlfriend, that was one move I was not here with. You cloning your daddy phone already again, like girl. After it's still too fresh. It's still too fresh. I don't know. Truth be told, it could be months have passed and it still feel too fresh. Okay, y'all, because Leslie's still in the picture. Your mama is still your mama, so therefore you did a mama move. You really did. So I really wasn't too pissed off at Kat for being pissed off at her. But let me tell you something, Ted. You and your discernment is just off the nut. The way Leslie came up into his place. And he allowed her, right? I'm over Ted at this point. I am 100% over Ted, and I would be okay with Nicole divorcing him. Because you did something so wrong to this woman by cheating on her. And yeah, everybody get cheated on every day, all the time. You know what I'm saying? So that don't make Nicole no different. You know, what he did ain't really no different from what a lot of people do damn near every day, like I said, right? But the problem is she was actively trying to get pregnant for your ass, taking IVF treatments and doing all this stuff. She going through the goddamn motions, and instead of you being home rubbing her goddamn feet and saying, baby, it's going to be okay. I'm going to be here for you. It don't matter whether or not we have another baby or not. If this take, we're going to do whatever it takes. Instead of you doing that, what do? You go over there and you go fuck around. And then you make a baby with another woman. Wow, that's crazy. And then you want her to basically just come up off of this real quick. And I feel like some people, because I be looking at the tweets sometimes, and some people be wanting Nicole to just go ahead and forgive Ted. Baby, this ain't no Tyler Perry ass show. I mean, it gives us some time. But this ain't no Tyler Perry ass show where we just go ahead and just forgive after you done fucked up. Absolutely not. We're not finna do that. Because you messed up royally. You messed up royally. It's not something like I forgot to put the toilet seat down. No, you cheated on me while I was going through IVF trying to have our baby. Okay? After the multiple miscarriages, I'm pretty sure she said that she had. And then you lied about the affair, and it came hitting me in my face unexpectedly. And now I'm getting taunted by this woman, harassed, taunted, and all of this stuff by this woman that I did absolutely nothing to but be your wife. That's my only issue. My only flaw and my only crime was to be your wife. And now your mistress or old mistress, and now the mother of your child that I had no idea about, and obviously you had no idea about, has come back to bite my ass, and I ain't even know nothing about the bitch. And y'all want her to go ahead and just forgive him? And he had the nerve to say some shit like that? Like, boy, if you don't get the hell up out of here, I am so glad Nicole is standing her ground. Because it's just like something like that in real life. No, we can't forget that. We can't forget that. I don't see how women do that. I don't see how people do that. Like, it's one thing to cheat. I can understand that. But you have literally a product from that cheating that is going to be seen and that you have to see all the time. Because it's a goddamn human. It's a baby. And I'm not here for deadbeats. So I want you to go take care of your child and leave me the hell alone. That's just what it's going to have to be. You know what I'm saying? But hey, some women like Rashida and Kirk, they built a little different. You know what I'm saying? They'll take on stepmama role. It just wouldn't be me. It just wouldn't have been me. Okay? So you got that going on. And then you allow this woman, first of all, you come in and you see your wife and this woman getting into it and you already know what she about. So instead of going after your wife, granted, I understand that, what's her name? Nicole just ran up out of there. She ain't want nothing to do with him. But see, that's your wife. You still go after her. That's how I feel. You still go after her in that moment. But what you do, you went on ahead and took the bitch that's causing all this trouble to her house. What? And then she's coming back to your place and you allowing her in. You're still having conversations. I get this is a TV show. We got to do this for the TV show. But it's like you get where the frustration is coming from. You allowing this conversation to continue to happen. You're allowing her into your space. That's why she keeps doing what she's doing. And then to nerve to say that Nicole bruised her up so bad and to pour that scarf down and you see that bruise when we saw absolutely nothing when it actually happened. Because technically speaking, Nicole barely touched her ass. If you want to be real about it, you go back and you look. She put the bitch fell before she could hit her. I mean, well, she ain't hit her. Wish she did. But before she could put her hands fully around her neck, okay? And they pulled her off, you know? And so Leslie is full of it, right? I said, Ted, don't believe this. Now, mind you, when we saw it, the bruise, it was a little pinkish, right? It was a little pinkish, you know, light pinkish or whatever. It wasn't even red. It was pinkish white, you know, when she showed the bruise. I said, I know that's fake. I know that's fake. And then, you know, talking all this mess and he's still listening. I'm like, get her out of there. Then she brings up the fact that, you know, Eva, you know, felt some type of way and was stressing out about the fact that Kat, in the certification, and now you finna start issues between that again. My whole thing is, you should know that this lady ain't doing nothing but trying to start drama amongst your family. That's all her whole purpose has been. And for you to sit here and listen, even though what she was saying was true, okay? You know, Kat really did do that shit on purpose, okay? To make Eva look bad. But you're trying to act like you don't want to hear the information or you don't want to put that information out, but you wetting the tongue so he can go ahead and be like, what's happening? Then you don't really want to say it. You're going to have to talk to Eva about it, talk to Kat about it and all this stuff, whatever. Just causing trouble. It never should have got to that point. And truth be told, if I was the parent and knowing how your ass is, child, I would have said, I ain't even finna bother to call Kat. I ain't even finna bother to call Eva because I know that you crazy a little bit and I just can't trust what you got to say anyway. The situation is cleared up. You know, we got the certification. She fixed it and it is what it is. I would have left it alone. That's just how I would have felt. Granted, you know, Eva and what's her face, they gonna have this issue for the rest of their life. Okay, that's just really what it is. Because Kat, I just feel like she ain't never going to come on Eva's side. You know, she ain't never going to see how she see it. They ain't never going to be friends, you know, at this point. Meanwhile, you got Eva over there at Orphe Jeans. Is it Orphe Jeans? The diner. That's Orphe Jeans, right? Whatever. At the diner. Okay, they kicking it. And next thing you know, here come Tomas. Bitch, didn't I tell you that Tomas and Eva had more chemistry than Kat and Tomas? Mind you, Tomas is a terrible actor, okay, to be quite honest. He has one emotion and he has one facial expression. Whether he's happy, smiling, happy, sad, surprised, shocked, well, that's the same thing, you know, concerned or whatever, this is the facial expression. I'm sad. I'm happy. I'm shocked. I'm so concerned. That's y'all know it. Y'all know it. I be like, oh my goodness, why are y'all fighting over this man? Y'all don't need to. Y'all are sisters, okay? They said sister by DNA and only half of that DNA, bitch. Fuck that shit. I said, oh my God, stop it, y'all. Stop it. We gotta come together against the enemy, and the enemy is Leslie. And everybody else on the outside world trying to take the Duprees down, okay? Girl, I really wanted, I know Eva is being, you know, brainwashed a little bit, but, and that only child, and the fact that her mom was the one that was there for her because that's all she really had. I really wanted Eva to go ahead and say, fuck Leslie for real, and be 100% on the Richardson Dupree side and all that stuff, and come into the fold. Coming to the fold and be like, yeah, this my people's, fuck you, mama. I really wanted her to do some crazy stuff like that. That really would have been like, shit, bitch. But no, she got to still straddle the fence, still be over there with her moms or whatever, you know. But hey, it is what it is. A mother's love, I guess, or a daughter's love for a mama, you know, who's crazy. There it is. But you over there talking to him, y'all talking about the book and everything. That was cute or whatever. We already know that was form of flirting, okay? They already have things in common. When we first saw Eva and Tomas truly talking, the fact of the matter is they come from similar situations, meaning they come from And not saying that because Kat is, she was born into wealth, into this society of highness and, status, whatever. And Tomas come from regular day people, whatever. That don't mean that they can't come together and, vibe and have chemistry and have things in common. But they just don't. They just don't. And mostly it's because of Kat. Excuse me, honestly. Because Kat, she's so focused on everything else, right? And then she's doing things because of the fact that she never did things before, so she don't know how to navigate the things with the relationship and her feelings and all this stuff. And then she's preoccupied with the Leslie situation, preoccupied with her hate for Eva and all this stuff. And that could be a turnoff, and it is with Tomas, right? Whereas Eva is so easygoing, and I don't mean to say it like that because it do feel like, I don't want to bring colorism up in there because Eva is a little darker than Kat. But I don't like the fact that she finna lose, okay? Because Eva really is the better choice. If you ask me, Eva is the better choice. If I had to choose, even though I don't want neither one of them with Tomas, because he ain't worth shit, I would want Eva with Tomas. You know what I'm saying? Because they actually got chemistry. They actually got things in common. It ain't all about trying to plot for this and plot for that or whatever and take this person down and all that. They talking about books and not just regular books, sci-fi and all that shit. They're little nerds, okay? And then they come from humble beginnings, and they actually have things to talk about. Like, I really could see them actually sitting down and just being happy to see each other when they come home, and him literally just listening to her day. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I had to do this client or whatever. And I was over there at Daddy Thick, and I was just, oh my God, I was just going so crazy because I was like, what is going on? And he just like, girl, yeah, I understand. Oh, that is so, just like, yeah, baby, tell me, oh, what else happened? He gives me that tease with her. Whereas with Kat, he don't want to be there. But it's like he started it out, so let me finish it. I don't know. I feel like he's forcing his feelings some way, somehow, and probably because Bill her uncle or some. I don't know. But them talking and then him crossing the fucking line after Eva, I know, like, you could put your foot down, and I know he probably said this before to Kat, stop telling me stuff about Eva because I actually like her. She's a cool person to me. I get that you don't fuck with her because of the situation that's going on, but at the end of the day, that's y'all situation, and you can't turn me against her because she ain't do shit to me. But at the end of the day, Eva and Tomas and Kat ain't really official like that. At least I don't remember them actually being official. But at the same time, even if you would want somebody to be on your side, it gets to a point where they gonna get tired of you talking about the same shit. Okay, talking about the person that you supposed to hate, and it's like, all right, I get it. Can we do something else? You know what I'm saying? But he up there talking to her and wound up telling Eva that Kat a virgin. It's a good thing he hasn't done anything with her, even though he attempted to, but he stopped it because it felt like, she got to do it at this time and all this stuff. I said, oh my God, why are you telling this lady this? You are telling her mortal enemy that she's a virgin and that you don't really, you're not into her like that. Baby, do you know what I do with some type of information? You tell me some shit like that and I don't like you? Girl. Put that in the arsenal. Okay, tuck that away so I can put it out later. You know what I'm saying? And then had the nerve to say, please don't tell her that I told you this. What? Why would you tell me something like this and I gotta be quiet about it? I'm gonna be quiet about it for the time being, but if it need be, it's gonna come out. Because y'all ain't gonna be together too long anyway, so freak that. I said, Tomas. Meanwhile, they wound up kissing in the diner. And then Eva was like, come on back to my place. He was like, I'd rather be with you. She said, you want to go back to my... And I said, Eva, shut that down. Eva said, absolutely the fuck now. We finna go read book 2. They get up there at the hotel. Girl, they up in there finna do it. They dry humping. They dry hunching. And I said, you know what? You see the difference in the way that they was kissing, and then you see the difference in the way that between how he was kissing with Kat, what's her name? Oh my God, what is her name? Kat. Yeah, I did say it right the first time. The way that he was kissing with Kat. Baby, I was looking. I said, wait a minute. They in that bed and they just going to town. And I said, Now, at first, even he had stopped for a second, she was like, no, don't stop. And then, you know what? She came to her senses and she said, you know what? Honestly, I can't do that. Okay? Because at the end of the day, I want to be first choice. I don't want to be somebody's side piece. I've never been chosen first. I don't want to be in that position where I'm a side piece, and then even though I can't stand a bitch, that's still my motherfucking sister. I can't. I said, oh, girl, you got a little bit of something to you. You know, I mean, after you done got a little taste, but you got a little something to you. I give you that, you know, because I would have went on the way. Shit. Girl, you in my bed, bitch. You said keep going. I'm going to keep going. What the fuck? Okay? Conscious be damned. Only if you say stop, okay? But girl, yeah, Eva came to her thing and she said, absolutely not, we can't do this. And he wanted to bad. And then Kat wound up coming in on them. Because we'll get to that. But Kat wound up coming in thinking that they had did something. I said, girl, yeah, they did. They did, but they ain't go all the way, girl. So you can't really be mad. Yes, you can. But they played it off. He tried to play it off like he really was over there to get that book. But he really wasn't. But we already know what was happening. But yeah, so we get that part. And then she going over there talking to Chelsea. And I said, why are we talking to Chelsea? Chelsea is in a relationship and saying I love you to a woman that she's only known for 2 weeks. Girl, what? And she got a stalker on her hand. I ain't finna take no relationship advice from her. I mean, yeah, she a woman of the world, which is fine. Okay, hey, you gotta get yours. She like a little fun, and I love it too. You know? But listen, you a virginal, okay? You a virginal. And we ain't finna just be out here trying to fuck niggas just to keep them. I said, oh my God, Kat, please don't do what I feel like you're about to do. Girl, she called that man over. Next thing you know, they up there about to do it. I said no. And she said, I don't want you to think that I called you over here just so that I can have sex with you, just so I can keep you and all this stuff. And I said, that's exactly what you're doing. Because that's exactly what you said. I said, oh my God, Kat, please don't do what I think you gonna do. And then they started kissing. And it was like, that's all that you saw. The lips never parted. Okay, they was just pecking each other, trying to make it seem like. And whereas with Eva, they were four mouth on. These motherfuckers is just pecking like. I said, be grown ups, be grown ups. Okay, listen, Danny and Andre be doing way more than that. Girl, I said, Kat, what is going on? I said, oh, you a little nervous. You a little scared. I get it. But if that fire was really there, you would really just let go and just go for the kill. You know what I'm saying? Go for it, baby. But it's not. And that should have told you something. It's not natural. And they do wind up doing it. Pink nipple and all. Tomas. And I said, oh my God. And this girl is just laying there like, what the fuck did I just do? And I said, damn it, Kat. You trying to get one up on Eva for what? Girl, you gave your V card to somebody that you really, she claims that she like him like that, but I don't think she really do. Anyway, he don't. He don't. But okay, moving on from that, Jacob gotta go. Okay, now I really did say that Martin got on my nerves the most at one point, but at this point, because Jacob been on my shit list ever since, like I said, he came down there and he tried to arrest Danny. Well, he did arrest Danny. Because truth be told, I honestly feel like you could have said that's family and you gonna have to get somebody else to do that. And that was embarrassing. Okay, not only to get arrested, but then to have your brother-in-law, your son-in-law to come and arrest his mother-in-law. Baby, no. Okay, I just couldn't do it. So you got Leslie that filed a freaking assault charge against Nicole. Jacob go down there and tell her that you have been charged with assault because this is what Leslie has did and all this stuff. So of course Nicole gotta go ahead and admit that she did put hands on the lady, but not to the point where She already knew that the girl was lying. She knew it. And Jacob, I'm sitting here like, again, bitch, I know you try to make the excuse of, I would rather it be me come and talk to y'all than somebody else. But baby, no. What does this look like? Because I'm not going to understand that. You are family and you coming down here doing this, bitch, you could have handed that down to somebody else. Okay? You could have handed that down to somebody else. I was with my girl, and we'll get on that. But I was just like, oh my goodness, Jacob. And he's so serious all the damn time. I said, Jacob, loosen the fuck up. Loosen the fuck up. Okay? Like, I don't want you to be a dirty cop, but damn, loosen the reins a little bit. All right? Shit. He's so bad a book. The way that we sound, or at least I sound talking about him, mind you, we want people that's good cops. Because in the real world, we be complaining about the bad cops all the time, doing all that. But on the TV, we like, damn, loosen the fuck up. Okay, you don't got to be about the book all the time. Like, damn, calm down. We want you to cut corners just a little bit with the family. Okay, that's it. And it ain't even nothing major that's like, come on, just hand it off to somebody else. You know, he is so goddamn annoying. I need them to divorce. But then again, no, because then I feel like them being married, Naomi and him being married, that's what's keeping him in that position. Because I swear, probably if they get divorced, baby, I feel like he'll probably be worse with them. Oh my God, he wouldn't let them breathe. Okay, every move that they make, he'll be clocking it, trying to get them for something because he hurt that you done broke up with me and all this stuff. Girl, oh no. Girl, the people's are in bad predicaments, okay? Bad predicaments all around. Baby, at this point, Kat was pissed off. That was the reason why Kat went down there to Eva's hotel room, because she said, listen, bitch, I don't even fuck with you, but I figure, bitch, you could help me with your goddamn mama, but I come here and you up in here with my man? My man up in here with you? Like, what's going on? So that's what wound up happening. Nicole took it upon herself to go down there to talk to, what's that girl? Leslie ass. Leslie, now let me tell you something. You went up into Ted's place and you had that, like I said, it was pink and white a little bit, right? It was very light. You get home and all of a sudden a bruise look like somebody that hit you in your throat. Okay, like it was a real blood bruise. I said, now bitch, how the fuck did that shit turn plum color like that? How did it get so dark like that? Girl, because it was fake. Now, when Nicole came up in that bitch and said, girl, I know what the hell you doing. And then she said, let me see your goddamn, because you said that you got contusions and all this stuff and bruises. Let me see. Let me see. So she moved that scar. Bitch, Nicole looked for a second, and I mean a split second, and she put that hand up like this, and she said, oh, purple, bitch. Leslie was like, ain't that about a bitch? I said, now, Leslie, give it up. Okay, give it up, all right? At this moment, truth be told, I as much as I would have wanted, I'm so glad that Nicole didn't put her hands on that lady. Because my goodness, you had all the opportunity and the reason to put your hands on that lady in her own, like, imagine getting your ass beat in your own place. Somebody coming into your home and whooping your ass in your home, okay? Like, that'd be so, I've seen it done before. And I laugh every time. Because, like, what? Why would you do that? Why would you do that, Leslie? Come on, this woman did not do anything to you. And you still not going to get her man. Why are you trying to make her life miserable? Make Ted's life miserable. Leave Nicole the fuck alone, you crazy bitch. Like, I'm just so confused. Like, what is it? She ain't do nothing but be that man's wife. She ain't know nothing about you until you came into that life trying to fake like you was about to take your life. Like, oh my God, she irks me sometimes. Well, you're irking me a lot now. Your saving grace, Leslie, is the fact that you're very cute. That's just really what it is with me. Other than that, girl, I hope I have not sent nobody no messages on this goddamn thing. Let me see. Oh, Lord have mercy. Okay, I didn't. Girl, because my watch was over here just doing a whole bunch of stuff it had, but... Anyway, neither here nor there. So you got that going on. Jacob, goddamn. When we first see Jacob and Naomi, Jacob is at the crib. They can't even get into bed and go to sleep before he started talking about this whole case with Michael. And, baby, we didn't even see Michael this episode. Smitty. Why I say Michael? Smitty and Martin and whatever. I said, oh, Smitty had a break this week. Smitty was on vacation this week because we ain't seen him. Smitty is pissed. Okay, he mad. Understandable. This goddamn man lied to me, doing all this shit to me. You know, like, I'm your husband. And I seen somebody say, I'm so tired of Nicole and Smitty acting like this or whatever. And it's like, are y'all not concerned about the fact that these racist men came and they could have killed them and all this stuff? Woo, woo, woo. That's not why they're acting like that. They're glad that they're okay. They're more than glad that they're okay. It's the fact that they kept it from them. And I don't understand why people don't understand that either, because I feel some type of way too. Baby, I'm so glad that you're okay. But it's the fact that y'all kept all of this from me as if I was going to tell. And that's literally what Nicole said. Who the fuck am I going to tell? That is my baby. I'm going to do whatever the fuck it is that I got to do to protect him. I'm going to do what I have to do to protect him. Put him under my bosom if I have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not going to tell nobody. But what he did wasn't wrong. And that's the whole point that she was trying to get to. He did nothing wrong. He was defending himself. And just like she told Bill and them, bitch, y'all could have called the cops and y'all could have turned them in. Okay? He would have got off because it's purely self-defense. It's self-defense. Y'all are in a fucking sundown town. Not call the cops out there, because maybe they would have did something out there. But if you would have came to, you know, maybe. Well, then again, bitch, when I just thought about it. All right. But then still, it's a sundown town, you know. But at the same time, I get why they're mad, right? Jacob is over there talking to Naomi about the whole situation. Oh, I went over here to talk to Smitty about a body all of a sudden popping up when Martin had this press conference, and as soon as the body popped up, the press conference abruptly ended or whatever. And it's like, and I'm with Naomi. Okay, so people die every day, B. People get killed every day, B. What you talking about? Why is it that you are trying to link this so hard to Martin and whatever? And that's what I'm saying too. Granted, we already know what it is, but the fact that he automatically want to link them together, and I'm like, coincidences happen all the time. Okay, it could have been something else going on, and you trying to link it. I was just like, oh my God, Jacob, you're doing too fucking much. And I'm saying this because this is not even a case. It's not even a case. Like, looking into Martin's situation, it's not even his case because it wasn't no case. Smitty just stumbled upon it. Now, if Smitty was stumbling upon this trying to do an investigative thing or whatever, if you're not making it a real case and you didn't take it to the chief to make it a case, which you did, and the chief said ain't nothing there to it, leave it the fuck alone, bitch. Leave it the fuck alone. And the chief is trying to spec you because at the end of the day, like Naomi said, okay, dude, so if you want to go by the law and if you want to continue to go ahead and question him or whatever because he shut down and he didn't say nothing, because that's his right, because he is not under arrest. He don't have to tell you what he don't want to tell you. He's not under investigation. Technically speaking, there is no investigation, especially no official one. You don't have that authority to do that. So if he didn't want to tell you any more things else, leave him alone. Obviously, he is going through things with his husband. You couldn't even respect that. You couldn't even fucking respect that, because then you went and talked to Martin about it. And it's like, stop it. Naomi said, okay, since you want to be about a book and you don't, you know, because she kept on saying, family first, baby. It's about the family. That's just really what it is. You know, I'm a Dupree and you are too, and your daddy is too. And I said, well, technically, is she a Dupree? Technically, no. You're a Hamilton, and you're whatever your husband is. You know what I'm saying? But I get the sentiment. And at the end of the day, Jacob don't get that sentiment. Even your damn daddy is telling you that. And Naomi says, so if you were to continue this investigation or make this an official investigation, right? And let's say you do discover that, you know, some corruption and stuff is going on, and it's involving my grandfather, it's involving, you know, your father. What then? Because then you're going to have to do what? Because according to you, you're going to arrest them, right? So that means that, oh, this is going to shatter the view that you have of your father, okay? Which means that it's going to mess up the relationship with your father, and it's going to mess up all the other relationships that you have, and then you're going to just be asked out on the island by yourself. So do you want that? Now, if you don't want that, stop it, bitch. You're going too deep, all right? I was just like, God damn. And then when he went over there to talk to Martin about it, and I'm like, oh my goodness, if he don't want to say nothing, leave him alone. You're doing too much. I get it. A crime has happened. A crime has happened, but you can't force people to talk, okay? And it's not an investigation. Now, if you are not willing to turn your daddy in because your daddy is the one for real telling you to stop, okay? He's the goddamn chief. Now, if you ain't ready to call IA and all that and say, listen, I think some funny shit is going on and my daddy got something to do with it, you need to stop it. You need to stop it. And then this whole thing with Nicole, girl, you got to stop it, sir. You have to stop it. It's pissing me off. You are pissing me off. Danny and Andre, they don't do nothing but fuck. That's really all that it is, okay? Pam and this modeling agency situation, y'all trust Pam? I don't know, this episode, the way that she be going about things and doing stuff behind Danny's back, it's a little, I don't know. I don't know if I trust her now. I don't know. She do be getting Danny together. Sometimes she put her in a place that she need to. But that business side, sometimes your friends and you don't need to be doing business together. Okay? Like, I don't know. But I'm calling Andre over to take them pictures just so then to fuck later. That's all they do. That is all they do. But yeah, let's get to Nicole though. Well, the continuation where it came off when we left off last week. And then it started off, Monday episode started off with Nicole, you know, and Vernon and Anita and them talking about this whole situation. And of course, Vernon is feeling so bad, and Anita, that they put, you know, he was like, I put my grandson in this situation, and his mother and all this stuff, whatever. And Anita's like, basically, you don't need to feel bad because y'all did what y'all had to do to protect the family and to protect your grandson. So I get it on that front. And yeah, Nicole had every right to be pissed. I'm not here for her, for people saying she shouldn't be mad and she shouldn't be talking to Anita that way or Vernon this way. That is a mother who is very protective of her son, of her children. And she had no idea that her son was in a crisis and she could have helped. Even though she probably could not have been his therapist, she could have offered some way, somehow, get some people that he could have talked to so that he wouldn't have to hold all this stuff in. You know what I'm saying? That's that. And also, that's her baby boy. That is her baby. And like I said, she could have been there to comfort him. You know? Maybe if you need somebody to talk to, you need somebody to cry on and lean on or whatever, and you can't talk to your husband, you could talk to me about it. You know? And not only that, she got pissed off because she found out that Ted was involved in it. Mind you, Martin didn't even know Ted was involved in it too. We'll get to that too. We'll get to that in a second. And so that's why she was so pissed. But I did love that scene when she finally came back after she confronted Ted. Because she went to that office and she confronted Ted. He was like, I was surprised to see you. Yeah, bitch. Be surprised because it's going to be the last time, okay? Because he kind of told her out too. Like, you acting, you know, the way that you acting, like, girl, calm the fuck down. You better than this. And I said, because she said, all hopes of whatever we thought was going to happen, you just ruined it by not telling me what the fuck was going on. And he said, now how the hell you going to add this on to what happened to our other sister? It all come together because it means to her, people are lying to her. And I don't understand why people don't get that. I don't understand. She's in a heightened emotional state. Now, maybe a little bit down the road, once she calms down and the dust settles, maybe she'll think differently. But at this point, it's like she's taking hit after hit after hit. Her marriage is not what it thought it was, okay? Her husband cheated on her while she was going through IVF. Had a baby. Didn't know about the baby. The baby come back, infiltrated her life, being fake in her life, had her working under her nose, didn't know that she was, you know, snooping for her mom to set her up. And now I got to deal with that, plus the fact that her mom is coming after me and my husband, but not just my husband, but me for no goddamn reason, okay? I had to put hands on that bitch, you know. And then I find out that my sister is fucking my nephew. My old ass sister's fucking my nephew, my young ass nephew. That's really what it was too. It was that, and she couldn't tell me about it. Okay. Then I found out that my son done been in some shit 2 years ago also, and it's the fact of the timeline. It's not like this shit just happened. This has been, all these secrets have been being held for years or for months or whatever. Not like it just happened 2 weeks ago. Okay. And she is tired of people just holding stuff and thinking that she can't handle it. What do you expect her to do? Okay? And I was like, you know what, Nicole, I'm on your side. If ain't nobody else on your side, girl, I understand. Okay? I'm looking at it from your viewpoint. I see everybody else but from a mother, and I ain't even no mother. I would want to know what the hell is going on. And I get it. Sometimes we try to spare our family members of things because we don't want to add them to it, or we think that they can't handle it. But she said, listen, bitch, I am his mother and I should have known. You are my husband and you should have told me that you was fixing this man's face. Okay? You should have told me this. You should have told me the situation. You should have told me all of this stuff. That means that you don't trust me. You don't trust me. And of course, she probably taking this on a little bit more serious because, again, she's still in a high emotional state after what happened to her on her anniversary. On her fucking anniversary. Add that to the mix. Now, every time I think about my anniversary, I got to think about the fact that your fucking mistress came back from out of nowhere that I didn't even know existed with a damn baby. A grown baby. And turned my life upside down. And you expect her to be rational? And you expect her to want to be... Girl, absolutely not. Nicole can feel the way that she want to feel. And don't say, oh, she needs to get over. No, she don't. Hold that grudge as long as you need to. Because Terry got to learn. Terry got to fucking learn, right? Then she come back and she see Martin back at Anita and them house, and they just got up and left and let them have that room together. Bitch, I'm telling you, when he got up and he said, Mama, I was like, oh my God. She was like, I'm here, baby. I said, you know what? For me to be a stone cold bitch, I be getting like the girl, I be having feelings. I be like, oh my God, that is so, you know. And I was just like, wow, they both needed that. Your mama is in your corner, okay? She never gave off, and that's the thing. It's like, have I ever given off the impression that I'm not gonna have your side? I'm not gonna be there for you. And that's the thing. And I feel like she feels some type of way about that too. Like, damn, do I give that off? No, baby, you my baby. I'm not finna do nothing to jeopardize your freedom. I'm gonna help you. And when she went down there and she talked to motherfucking Bill, she came in and said, bitch, you a motherfucking murderer. Excuse me, who the fuck you talking to my goddamn husband like that? She said, Haley, get the fuck up out of here. I said, woo. And when she told Bill off, girl, after Bill said, you know, when I thought Vernon was just like a father to me and all this stuff, and he the one that pulled me up into this stuff, I didn't want to do this, and woo, woo, woo. And I mean, he had a good ass thing, and I thought that was going to soften her heart a little bit. But see, Nicole didn't give two shits. Nicole said, are you done, bitch? Now, at the end of the day, you fucked my goddamn son up. And I said, now, hold on, Nicole. Hold on. Not really, okay? He contributed because of this whole situation, because they're not out the shits. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to put on the added element that even though the threat is gone, the threat is not really gone. You still have to deal with the fact that a murder did happen, and to fix the situation. And that still can be lingered and held over his head at any moment. Malone can all of a sudden get into a jam and be like, well, I know that this is going on. Okay? And just put it all out there. Everybody else that's involved. Bill can do some shady shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Bill had to tell Nicole, Vernon ain't the nigga that you think he is. He ain't daddy. Okay, he daddy dearest bitch. He daddy gangster, you know? And I said, well, you did say Anita was up there talking about the family and the Duprees like y'all a gangster family. And I said, well, you were right on the mark. She said, your service is no longer needed, okay? You not going to be the fixer. I'm the fixer now. I said, all right, Nicole. Go fix your family, okay? Go to your baby. Had Bill shook. And I said, Haley, you just get no respect. That lady dismissed you in your own fucking... That shit was so fucking funny. I said, oh, you lying bitch, okay? I hate to be so crude and so vulgar, but Haley just gets under my skin because how are you lying so bad like that? You went as far as to send that man fake sonogram pictures that you got off of Amazon or Google Images, and he up there talking about some, is that an arm? Is that a leg? Well, how long we can tell if it's a boy or a girl? Now, I'm sitting here like, wait a minute. Wait. Haley ain't showing. She ain't even got a little bump. So how you got an arm and a leg and a foot and all that stuff? And then I see the picture and I said, if you don't get that walnut up out of here, what? I said, Bill, that stroke that got to your head, okay? I said, oh my God. And who the fuck was that on the phone that she was talking to? Haley ain't got no friends. Who was she talking to? And speaking of, bitch, I can't wait till she gets found out that she ain't got no baby. She is playing a dangerous game, okay? Listen, I don't even know why would you go down this route when you got somebody in your life like Danny. Okay, and now you got Ashley. All right, and I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about on the show. You get it? Also, June tried to play that lady with Monopoly money. That was so funny, and she was so dead ass. And Haley had to sit down there, bitch, and gonna say something. Is my husband a murderer? Mind you, Naomi know about everything now. Everybody know about everything except for Kat. Okay? Kat and Eva don't know. Leslie don't know, thank God. But everybody know about it, okay? That need to know at this point. And I was just like, oh my goodness. This is so crazy. And speaking of, let's get to this. I say the most crazy shit for last. Listen, this love triangle that Chelsea is in with Madison and Allison. Allison is psychotic, okay? Truth be told, she's giving very much Brandy from A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. I don't think her husband is abusive to her. I'm damn sure we already know she didn't trip on that floor. She popped up at the diner where Chelsea was at. How the fuck did you know that she was there to say that you fell outside the diner and then to run into the diner to see her to tell her, oh my God, I feel like I bust my head open and all this stuff. It had that ketchup on your face like that cornstarch, and red dye 40 on your face like that. Girl, what you are saying? And I said, Chelsea, put it together. How this bitch know that you was there? Okay, she was like, oh my God, I gotta get you to the hospital. And that's all she wanted, you to be up in her presence. And then gonna say that she tripped. And then Madison was like, are you sure that she tripped? Let me talk to this bitch. And then she said, absolutely not, I didn't. Actually, what I wanted to tell you was Chris was, he got a little pissed off and he did this, he pushed me. And, it don't happen too often or whatever. But, I didn't want to come to the hospital. I didn't want to get him in trouble and all this shit or whatever. She's saying the classic things of an abused woman, right? And that's where she's even more fucked up at, because I truly do not believe that Chris did anything of those things at this point that she said he did. I don't even feel like he was pissed off about the fact that she wanted something to do with her. Okay? I really think that he don't even know nothing is going on like that. I really feel that way. I don't think he putting hands on her like that. Nothing. It's all a manipulation tactic to try to get into Chelsea's orb and to keep her in her space. That's just really what it is. And Madison peeped that shit. Chelsea, I thought you was for women and shit. Yeah, we are. Because she was like, you a doctor. She said, I'm a doctor, bitch, but I can see what the fuck is going on. Now, you need to open up your young ass eyes and see what's going on. This lady keep popping up chop it up. What the fuck, girl? And then she snapped on her when she said, I can get my daddy to get you some legal services or whatever if you need to, help you out. No, I don't need that at all, and stuff. You could just get the fuck away. I said, bitch. Chelsea, that should have been the moment that you left. Okay, truth be told, you never should have showed up. But y'all, oh, Lord have mercy. You just don't see what the hell is going on? Chelsea, that lady is crazy. That I ain't gonna say crazy. She's dangerous. Okay, because if she's doing this, she's deliberately harming herself. I believe she did that shit to herself. If she could do that to herself, in my opinion, she did. Ain't no telling what. It's just gonna escalate. It's just gonna escalate, and your life is gonna be in danger, Chelsea. Oh, wow, the show is getting really, really good. I mean, it's been good, but oh my God, these last few weeks have been really, really good. Like, for real. But anyway, that's all that I got and all I can remember. Smitty, the kids wanted Nicole to tell Martin tell Smitty to let them come back. I'm gonna need the kids to stay in kids' places, okay? If the parents did not tell you what they needed you, what they wanted you to know, it ain't tell you something, it ain't for you to know right now, okay? You got to stay in a child's place. Y'all see Terrell on Divorced Sisters being a troubled child? Girl, go watch Divorced Sisters on BET Plus. I can't believe I'm telling y'all to do that, but yeah, go watch it. It's actually good. It's a Tyler Perry show. And take it from me, because you know why I cut it up in a second. I'm enjoying it. It's better than all the other shows that he has put out. Truth be told. Okay, and I was shocked by it. The filming and everything. And that one little situation that he had messed up, he fixed that. Because I ain't hear that. I ain't hear him talking in the background. Bitch, when he girl, just go watch it. Go watch it. Surreal, he need his ass whoop on there too. Okay, but yeah, that was the episode, y'all. Or the weeks. Y'all tell me how y'all felt. What y'all think to come. Oh yeah, bitch. Anita in the girl group. Let me tell you something. Them girls are so ungrateful, bitch. Like, on the one hand, I be trying to sympathize with them, because I get it. Anita got too big in her britches and she left y'all in the dust. So y'all thought y'all was going to come back and y'all was going to play. At least Tracy did. You know what I'm saying? Was it Sharon? Tracy. Tracy is the one. Nope, Sharon. Sharon did, okay? She the ringleader. Tracy, I'm gonna need you to speak up a little bit more when you know that shit ain't right, okay? And stop getting involved with Tracy, Sharon ass, okay? Listen. You can't get mad at that lady just got up and left, because y'all was doing a lot. But at the same time, Anita, you had to admit that, you do gotta take over in the control spirit. And, you just got to be a little fair. But at the end of the day, they did clock you and said, no, bitch, you the one that reached out to us. You needed us. And I said, well, technically speaking, she didn't need y'all. She did y'all a favor. Okay? Because she could have went on ahead and did this shit and had this little comeback on her own. But she thought well enough of y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I get everybody's side. I need y'all to stop acting like this. Stop acting so goddamn young and at your age. Okay? What y'all mean about that is be mature. All right? Let's just be mature. We're done being mad at each other. We got a whole bunch of hurt. See, this is what happened when you don't heal from the stuff that happened in the past, and you try to come together and basically make it seem like gloss over all the issues. That's basically what they did. They should have went to therapy first, okay? Or they should have really sat down and they spent some real time with each other. Not just a few days, not just a couple of weeks. They need to spend some time being in their spaces again before they get up on the stage and fucking do a show or whatever. That's why. But they supposed to be getting back together next week, so I can't wait to see that. But anyway, you guys tell me how y'all felt, and I hope y'all enjoy the rest of y'all weekend, and I will see you guys later.